Hey everybody, welcome back to BloatedChef.com. Chef Big Head here, Jerome Judge. Another phenomenal day turns into another beautiful night here in Georgia. It's the best time of the year. It's root vegetable time, and I got buddies out there hunting and killing everything. We're going in the kitchen to start knocking out some backstrap, venison stew, venison tenderloin, hell, venison chili while we're at it. All right, welcome back to the BloatedChef.com. Chef Jerome Judge here, a.k.a. Chef Big Head. And let's take a look on the big John Boo's block. What have we got today? That is a nice half and half mixture of, I call it low-fat beef and high-fat pork. I see my seasoning, salt and pepper. There looks like some sage and some thyme. Chopped green onions I see some potato, onion, and a, holy cow. Holy phallic carrot, Batman. Who brought out the home wrecker? Anyways, we're going to use a little bit of that. And I can see some thinly sliced garlic there. So thin that Big Polly Cicero might be a little jealous. But we are going to put all of this together and season that beef and cook this all together. And then we're going to throw it inside some wonderful handmade pastry dough. And we're going to knock out a few empanadas, meat pies, whatever you want to call them. But we're going to do it, as usual, the Bloated Chef style. Coming at you. All right, I did a little pre-prepping on our dicing and slicing. Now you get to watch my excellent knife skills in sped up motion. Ha! I'm kidding. It's actual speed. Down, all the way down. Done. Pan together, so I'll go ahead and dice up our little spuds. Oh, there we go, making a mess, and the cats are all over it. Trust me, you're not going to like them, boys. And here comes the heat. In lieu of actual Scotch bonnets, we're just going to drop a couple of Thai finger peppers in there. They're both ass kickers, so don't worry, the heat will be there. Okay, peeps, the seasoning, very important. Season your meat first. Don't cook it in the pan and season while you're doing it. Season it and mix it. You can adjust whatever seasonings you need afterwards, but make sure you do that first. New toy, or new experiment, Himalayan pink rock salt. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that's some good coverage. And this will need it. All right, so we got the 2 Thai finger peppers in there. We're going to sprinkle some sage in there, fresh herbs. Always good, always bright. Okay, gonna go mixing those up. We'll throw in some of our green onions right here. All right, now we've gotten lucky. I was cooking out some Italian sausage, so we're gonna go ahead and take those off. That's gonna be for my next pizza tutorial, my sausage on top of sausage on top of sausage pizza tutorial. Another layer of flavor that we can cook our vegetables in while we're cooking our beef, and then we can marry the two. All right, a couple pans going at once. I'm going to drop that sliced garlic right in the middle there and let that toast up in some of that oil before we, you know what, let's get some more in there. Why not? Big Polly would be proud. Big Polly Cicero. All right, now we're going to keep our beef mixture moving. You can see that high-fat pork. All right. Mushroom soy sauce in one hand, Worcestershire in the other. We're going to get a little darkness into that meat and a little bit of sweetness into those vegetables and do a little deglaze. That should do it. Oh yeah. I hate when a filling in any kind of a savory meat pie looks gray and drab. Nah. All right. Let's get married. Let's get married, she said. All that nice sliced garlic, you can see it. You can see through it. Oh, Big Polly Cicero would be so proud. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, next step. You can see a little puddle of that good sausage grease and pork fat, beef fat, puddling up in the middle. What we'll do here is going to take a little bit of that chicken stock that I made, that I always have around. We're going to add that in. All right. From here, you can see a pretty good puddle of liquid there. Here's how we do this first. First we kill the heat. Then we take a cup of good crunchy or good kind of coarse ground, coarse chopped breadcrumbs. Remember these? That's right. It's my yummy, old, reliable breadcrumb mixture. Now what that's going to do, the purpose this serves is to catch all of that fat in that puddling oil or grease, which, by the way, is a ton of flavor. That's going to help dry that off. The bread's going to soften. The crumbs are going to soften into this mixture. And then you're going to have a nice soft filling for our meat pie / empanadas. Hot as balls. Oh, yeah. Looking amazing. Last thing. Tiny bit of allspice and a tiny bit of powdered cloves. This is going to pull this thing to a whole nother level, okay? I want to go another level with this. So I'm going to chop up some black olives because I want to get kind of a vinegary, if not a nice briny little pop in there. And this is going to be the exact perfect foil for that. So, all right, welcome back. Part 2 of the empanadas. Our filling is done. It's cooled. It's chilled. Now, I've got 2 cups of AP, all-purpose flour. Exactly. Remember, when you're baking and you're dealing with leavening powders, exact is important. So 2 teaspoons and a half. Boom, leavening powder. Okay? We're going to make this pie dough a little on the zesty side, so I'm going to add just about a half a teaspoon of cloves, about a half a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice, and a teeny little bit of sage. And that's our dry mix. So let's go ahead and get that all mixed up. All right, next step, we got our wet mix. That is a half a cup of milk and a heaping tablespoon. Did you hear? Heaping tablespoon of butter. Basically not quite melted, but good and soft. And now we mix. All right, so we're going to head and tossed and turned and flipped and folded and get all that out of there. And that came out pretty quick and pretty good. Now, I don't want to overbeat this or beat it up too much. What we're going to do is get this into a nice round ball. Then we're going to wrap it and let it sit for about 30 minutes in the fridge. Okay, I'm thinking this is right about perfect. It is perfect. Who am I kidding? I'm not even thinking about it. I know it is. I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. You can pick one of these up at the Asian supermarket, the Latino supermarket, Nam de Mun here in Atlanta, which is a great Asian Latino market, and then, of course, Hong Kong supermarket in there. All right, so we're just going to go around the edges here one last time. Kind of just follow that frame. Now, I can see at least one more. All right, we've wet our fingers right around the edges, very important, and squeeze, squeeze. I came up a little short on this dough as far as the size, but we're going to go ahead and make it work like we always do here at the Bloated Chef. That will work. All right, so parchment paper down. Chef, why are you using spray when you have parchment paper? Well, it's just because, that's why. Shut up. Peel off those edges. Alright, second to last step now. We're going to brush these with a nice egg wash. Assist in that browning. Make that dough nice and flaky. Alright, liberally coated. Should work. Make sure to get that back. Alright, preheated oven, 425 degrees. I'm going to set that timer for about 25 minutes, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes. Yummy. Okay, peeps, time to head on over to YouTube. Type in the Bloated Chef LLC, click on that little like button, drop me a hashtag, but most important, click on that little red subscribe button. Peace and love.